Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what Halo Infinite did right and what they did wrong within its life cycle. So to start us off, the first thing that Infinite did right was add Slayer. No, seriously, it was bad that they launched this game in such a bare bones state. I don't know why they did, even though they told us the game had gone gold and it was content complete. It was far from that. So before I get too deep into it, I apologize if I leave anything out. I mean, a lot happened within 4 years, so I'm bound to miss out on a lot of things. So with that being said, let's start getting into it. Sandbox elements. Halo Infinite introduced equipment again, and they did it in probably the best way possible. All the equipment in the game is more favorable to the person using them. There is some neutral equipment in the game, but easily the worst equipment they added in this game was med mist or green fart. The repair field ruins the flow of vehicle combat, so vehicles that are already overpowered in this game can stay alive for much longer and oppress the other team for a more annoying duration, which is stupid. Doesn't help that the skewer doesn't one-shot the tank. Oh, you got the tank one-shot? Get shit on. I don't like the repair field. It definitely shouldn't return. They've tried to introduce some sort of health fields in the past, like the Halo 4 regen field. It was terrible, technically, but you could survive one extra burst, which was a little annoying. I think 343 should just stop experimenting with health kits or repair fields, whatever it may be. There's a reason you regen your health in this game, and there's a reason vehicles don't regen out. Let's leave it like that. Moving on to the positives, the shroud screen, the grapple hook, the thruster. The thruster, I always said, should have been equipment from Halo 5 because of how strong it is, and I'm glad it returned as equipment, and there's limited uses on it now. Best change they've ever done to this game. In terms of balancing, they slowed down the speed a little bit, and now you can't shoot while using it, and I'm pretty sure that was done for competitive play, but back then, you could shoot and use the thruster at the same time, which felt amazing to use. It's unfortunate that they got rid of that, and now you just can't shoot or go very fast anymore with it, but I understand why it was strong. Now, the grapple hook. The grapple hook is the coolest thing Halo has ever done. I am a sucker for grapple hooks in video games. If anybody's ever played Lost Planet 2, you know what I'm talking about. Grapple hooks in games are awesome, and they're cool, and you should have them in every game. It's sick as fuck. It's so sick to go up above the map just to hijack a Banshee or a Wasp, or grapple hook a Mongoose or a Warthog or a Ghost, whatever it may be, that's going 90 miles per hour down one lane. You're just catching up to it with the grapple hook. That's the coolest shit ever. I hope the grapple hook returns. It's the coolest thing they've ever had. So I'm going to be really sad if the grapple hook doesn't return in the next title. The shroud screen is kind of cool. I mean, it's just a smoke bomb. That's really all it is. It definitely is a little strong at times where you can just kind of deploy it, and then there's like it's really hard to hit people through. So I don't really have much to say about the shroud screen, but it's cool. It can return. I like it. The drop wall is also pretty cool. It's definitely strong at times, especially when you give it to somebody that knows what they're doing. Somebody that can really utilize the entire shield. It's annoying at times, but that doesn't really happen a whole lot because you can just throw a couple grenades at it and it kind of disappears at that point, or you have one power weapon to get rid of it, whatever. I enjoy the drop wall. The drop wall is nice. Now, there used to be a point in time where the drop wall was just busted, and it could take pretty much an entire arsenal before one of the tiles broke on it. I'm glad they nerfed it and retuned it, so now it kind of like blocks only one bullet from like the DMR or the bandit. Sorry, the bandit, the evil bandit, not the DMR, the evil bandit. Anyways, fusion coils. Fusion coils are quite annoying, actually, like really annoying. It's cool to pick them up and then grapple them from whatever or catch them in midair, but they're really, really annoying to fight against. It just one-shots you. The shock fusion coil, you can land in a general vicinity and it can also just kill you. You don't really need to be that accurate. But fusion coils are pretty fun. Like they're crazy good. Like there is one Slayer mode out there called Kong Slayer, which is like an action sack or something. That's a lot of fun. It's just fusion coil central where everybody always has fusion coils no matter what. There's also some tech in the game where you can use a fusion coil to carry a flag. So if you throw the fusion coil, it'll just carry the flag for wherever you threw the fusion coil. It's pretty cool tech. Cool tech, cool tech. Now, weapon and equipment balancing. I'm gonna start us off with the bandit. I hate how they nerfed the bandit. It used to fire pretty fast, and over time, people started complaining about it being too oppressive. But in my opinion, with how everything else in the game kills, I thought it was fine. You know, like, I don't always want to use the Ravager or a pulse carbine or a shock rifle or a stalker rifle, whatever it may be. I want to use the bandit. That's the weapon I start off with. I want to use that gun. So it's really unfortunate that they lowered the rate of fire on it, and now, you know, the Evo bandit, it's got the same rate of fire as that. It's only a little annoying, and I'm sad they nerfed it so it doesn't shoot as fast, but it is what it is. Now, one of the main weapons they don't seem to know how to balance properly was the assault rifle. The assault rifle in this game was really oppressive. They went from changing the bloom pattern of the gun to making it where it's just accurate when you hold down the trigger, to removing that element and then going back to what it was at launch, and then they lowered the aim assist cone a little bit, and then they even did the final change, which was removing the headshot multiplier. I would say that's the best change for it. It's fine for the assault rifle to have its rate of fire, but it killed way too fast. Like, the time to kill was insane on the assault rifle when you had the headshot multiplier. The gun just shoots super fast, and it does a lot of damage really quickly. Like, if you were in a close range engagement, there was almost no reason for you to use the bandit. The sidekick was also a starting weapon. It used to be pistol AR starts. The sidekick was stupid. This thing shot insanely fast. It had a terrible bloom pattern, but it also killed really quickly up close. It just wasn't the long range weapon that we needed. And then over time, they changed the loadout starts to bandit AR starts. The sidekick is a cool pickup weapon, but it's not that good of a gun to start off with. It's simply because there's no range. The biggest problem with sidekick in AR starts, or pistol AR starts, so to put, was you could have somebody go out and start looting the map, and somebody could get a battle rifle or any ranged weapon, and you couldn't compete against it. You had no range to, like, counter compete against their range. So basically, you just had them sitting across the map shooting you afar, and you couldn't do anything about it because your spawn is in wide open. That was a little frustrating for a time. And I don't think they made that change until like a year or two after its life cycle, but I'm glad they made the change now. They even like slightly nerfed and kind of sort of buffed the sidekick in a sense, where they capped the rate of fire on it, so you couldn't shoot it super fast anymore, but it never had full bloom. So it was just a slow shooting, accurate pistol. That was a weird point in time. I don't know how I feel about that still, but it was definitely kind of shitty when, once again, somebody had a ranged weapon. So I'm kind of glad they reverted that change, but now the bloom is a little less aggressive. Now it's a proper pickup weapon, and it competes pretty well now in the sandbox as a pickup weapon. I like the sidekick with where it's at right now. I'm glad they made it a pickup weapon. Now it feels like an actual weapon I can pick up and use as a power weapon in some sorts. The stalker rifle is a pretty cool banished sniper rifle. I didn't expect them to make a replacement for the beam rifle, even though I would like the beam rifle back, but the stalker rifle is pretty cool. On controller, it seems super easy to use. On M&K, or mouse and keyboard, it's a little weak. On mouse and keyboard, it doesn't really perform the same as the stalker rifle on controller, I guess. I don't know, it feels a little weird to use on mouse and keyboard. The reticle for this thing, though, sucks. I don't like the reticle. I wish it was just maybe a skinnier X or whatever. I get it, it's supposed to be a resemblant of the plasma pattern on the gun, but it's a shame they never changed the reticle for this gun. It's really, really annoying to try and aim with. The way they balance this gun as well is just projectile size and aim assist, I think, or bullet magnetism, something like that. They just made the gun a little bit harder to use, which isn't bad because it is a strong gun. It can 3-tap, no problem, but it didn't really need that much tuning. It just needed a new reticle, in my opinion. But since Halo Infinite released, I have still picked up this weapon and I keep using it. It's still a good gun to use in the sandbox. It fits in quite nicely. Ravager. Oh man, I love this gun. The Ravager is the coolest gun they've probably ever added. When you use the charge shot, any explosives like grenades or fusion coils, whatever it may be, when they're all in the fire, they all detonate. And it's really cool. It's a nice area denial piece of equipment creating chain reactions. It's awesome. What's unfortunate, during this game's lifespan, they made it useless at one point where it pretty much just did no damage, which sucked. Because during the flights, it could one-tap. It was treated as a power weapon. Holy man. And the splash damage on it, insane. That splash damage needed to be studied during the flight. Now it's at a point where it can two-tap somebody, and the new networking makes it a little weird to use, but that's fine. I'm glad it's a good gun. It destroys smaller vehicles pretty well. When you use the charge shot, it does damage to people inside tanks, so that's pretty cool. I don't think that's intended, but it definitely is cool. The Ravager is definitely a good little anti-vehicle weapon, even though it's not really that good at it, I'll be honest. Ravager is definitely one of my favorite guns that they added into the franchise, and I would like to see it return. The sniper rifle is the best feeling sniper rifle we've ever had, I'll be honest. The reticle is extremely precise. It's a hard weapon to use again, kind of, sort of. Not so much on controller, but the sniper rifle is challenging to use, and it's the best feeling sniper we probably had in so long. I love the sniper rifle in this game, and I want them to take the blueprint for how they made this sniper and add it to future titles. It's extremely accurate, so the reticle isn't that big anymore. Zooming in though is like instant, so I hope they fix that. It's not really a smooth transition like in past titles, but man, I have hit some crazy clips with the sniper rifle in this game. I love team snipes in Halo Infinite because of the challenge it brings, and it truly shows what kind of skill gap there is with this weapon. It's good at destroying the Banshee and the Wasp, even the Warthog to an extent. The only thing that's unfortunate about the sniper rifle in this game is it only has 8 bullets on pickup. In big team battle, that's like 8 kills, potentially, or 4. It depends. I don't like how they reduced the ammo on the sniper rifle for social playlists, so it's really frustrating that they never gave it an ammo buff. The dopamine though, when you get a headshot in this game, it feels like max dopamine. I don't know how they got it right with the sniper rifle, but hitting a perfect and then hitting a nice snipe, it's the best dopamine they've nailed down. I don't know why none of the other guns do that, but it's just a bandit, battle rifle, and sniper. When you get a perfect kill or hit a really nice headshot, it's max dopamine. The Mutilator. This is the coolest fucking shotgun they've ever added. It's so badass. It's a double barrel shotgun with a gravity hammer attachment. What the hell? Dude, this gun came out of nowhere for me. I didn't expect a brand new weapon to enter the franchise in this manner. It's unfortunate. It kind of reuses some sound bites from the Bulldog, so they didn't really have the resources to like perfect it or refine it, I guess. But the Mutilator is hands down my favorite fucking Halo weapon of all time. I'm glad they made this thing. Add it in everything. Put it in every single Halo game. I don't care. It's the coolest fucking weapon. Now, it might be a little strong because there's an alt fire where you can just mag dump both shells at the same time for a free kill. I don't give a fuck, man. That's badass. The gravity hammer attachment doesn't really have an ammo counter, so you can just infinitely use it when you run out of shells. I'm a big fan of that. That's cool. That doesn't mean I can just dump the weapon after I run out of ammo. I can keep using it as a mini gravity hammer. I'm gonna glaze this gun all day. This is like the greatest shotgun they've ever added, let alone brand new weapon they've ever added into the franchise. It's sick, man. It's awesome. The carbine. Now, the carbine makes its return as the Vestige carbine. It's good. I understand why it's a wall weapon, but I also don't understand why it's a wall weapon. Because at times, it feels like it can't really win fights against the bandit, which is the starting weapon. And then there's other times where it just completely shreds. So I think there's a weird skill difference with this gun, or it has the same exact time to kill. I'm not sure. Like, the gun can't compete, and then other times it feels like it just melts. I'm glad they brought it back though. It's great. It's a great gun. It fits in the sandbox pretty well, and I'm glad they have it in the game. They didn't really tune this weapon or balance it a whole lot, I don't think, but when it first came out, it just sounds weird. Like, it just sounds super weird. I'm not sure what went wrong. Oh boy, the Commando. This This heavy impact assault rifle is the coolest concept for a gun ever, except 343 seems to hate it, and I'm not sure why. It's awesome. It takes a lot of skill to use, somewhat, used to. At launch, it was pretty difficult to use and get a hold of first, but over time, you realized you weren't supposed to hold down the trigger, you were supposed to feather it, and it made for some really quick kills once you learned how to use the gun properly. I don't know why they kept nerfing it, changing it, just kind of pushing the gun into the ground. It's truly a shame, and I think it is wrong that 343 did not give this gun as much care as it deserved. This gun is awesome. I would like to see it again in the same manner, but with love. The Hydra Launcher. Now, I've never really been a fan of the Hydra Launcher, but I'm kind of forced to like it in Halo Infinite because there's not enough things to destroy vehicles with. So it's great at destroying vehicles, fantastic. I would honestly say it's better at destroying vehicles than the skewer. Now, going from Halo 5 to Halo Infinite, the Hydra in Halo 5 was broke. It two-tapped you and locked on, and it felt like it never missed. It was hard to dodge. Halo Infinite, it's just as annoying. Even when you have the thruster pack, it feels like it never misses. It always hits you when you lock on to a player. I think it shouldn't lock on to players. It should lock on to vehicles only. That's the only thing it should lock on to. But they changed it where it reloads a lot faster now, and it's good. It destroys vehicles pretty quickly. It flies a little bit faster. That's all I really have to say about the Hydra. I'm not trying to blaze a stupid lock-on rocket launcher. I hope 343 continues to show their creativity when it comes to reusing assets, because I feel like that's where they had their best work at in Halo Infinite. So I hope we get to see more of 343's creative potential on new weapons and equipment. Vehicle balancing, I already talked about this in my last video as well. It's honestly the only thing that disappoints me most about how they balance the vehicles in this game is the nerfing of the chopper. The chopper was easily the best vehicle that we had, and it was a grand return. It went Mach 10 during Season 1 or whatever, when you hit it with the shock grenade and it just somehow went flying, and then it would destroy and decimate vehicles and like with a love tap again, and that was awesome. Now it feels like you're slapping a pillow against concrete and it's not doing anything. You know, like I don't know why they had to nerf it, man. Like just make it strong again. That was easily the worst change they made to vehicle balancing, from what I think. The chopper is just a weird vehicle that doesn't do anything now. Customization. Alright. The biggest changes they brought with customization was cross-core shoulder pads and helmets. I don't know why we didn't even have that in the first place. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. I don't know if anybody remembered, but you couldn't change your helmet. Like, what the hell? Now, it was so long ago, it was like you didn't even really notice it, but customization itself in Halo Infinite has come such a long way, and it's so close, man. It's so close to perfection. Just give us power on the coatings in the next title. Let us make our own visor patterns, whatever. You know, like, just give us full control. It's so close. The only thing they didn't do, which upsets me, is they didn't unlock the armor kits. For like the Combat Evolved armor set, the Mark 6 Gen 3 from the campaign, Mark 6 Gen 1 from Halo 2, they didn't unlock those, and those are the coolest armor sets that I actually want to wear, but you can't cross-core shoulder swap them or change the helmets on them. It's just the coating and the visor, which is lame. There is one thing that Halo Infinite needs badly, and it's map voting. And it needs it badly. There is some dog shit fucking maps in this game. Flood Gulch is one of them. That map is fucking terrible. I don't care what anybody says. That is not Blood Gulch. It fucking sucks. That map can eat my poop and eat my shit. Like, it sucks, man. This game would be more enjoyable if there was map voting. 343 just needs to bring it back. I don't like, just why is there not map voting in the game still? It's been over a decade. Put it back in the game. Let us have map voting. The majority rules. Like, nobody wants to play on fucking Deadlock for the 900th time. Nobody's gonna vote for it. Nobody wants to play on Flood Gulch for like the 30th fucking time, because everybody just quits whenever they get it. Like, just give us map voting, and then we'll pick what we want to play. And that way it prevents people from quitting entire matches. Now, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 people might quit, but that's better than my entire team quitting. You know what I mean? Like, map voting needs to come back. It needs to. It needs to. The addition of the exchange. Wow. I never thought the exchange was going to be a thing. I thought they were going to continue using the store, I guess, as a way of getting customization. But the exchange is good, and I'm glad they introduced it. Now, there's not a lot that it offers for someone like me. Because 1, I'm picky. 2, I have almost everything in the game. And you know what? You actually earn quite a bit of Spartan points per match. So there is a lot of cosmetics to grind out there, and you can earn your way up and get everything you want. Or, I guess, buy whatever you want. The battle passes and the events. Boy. So this one's a little bit tricky. The events were limited time, and then they swapped over to content updates. But the content updates were limited time. I don't understand why the content updates were limited time, knowing they were going to stop updating the game. The battle passes are still cool to this day. The battle pass feature, which now I see other games doing, which is great. Halo Infinite had it on the ball. There is no FOMO on the battle passes. You can go back and buy them and then grind them. Once you buy it, it's yours forever. Awesome. They're still on the ball with that. That was the greatest fucking thing they've ever done. Kudos to them. But I don't know why they went back on that and then had content updates, and that was FOMO. Why did they have to get rid of them? I'm not sure why they had to get rid of them. It was a little lame. It was a little lame. I'm pretty sure if you bought them, though, you wouldn't lose them. But if you didn't buy them and you were grinding them for free, then yeah, you lost it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure about that. The last good thing that Infinite did that was correct was the addition of Forge and then empowering the Forgers in the community. Now, that one's a little bit of a touchy subject for most Forgers, I think, but 343 basically said, hey, make us a bunch of maps or something. I don't know how it went, but the Forgers were looking like they were getting overworked, and all of the maps that we were getting, including game modes and custom games, were all Forgers. It really looked like they were getting overworked, and as far as I am concerned, they didn't really get compensated until we started talking about it, because all it looked like was they were shitting out armor bundles and slapping a $20 price tag on it. It didn't look good. I'm sure if they could get away with it, they would have, if we didn't say anything about it. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. It looked bad. But Forge is probably the best it's ever been, and all the custom games are awesome. Like Halo 5 Warzone got remade in custom games, and that shit goes hard. That shit is crazy, man. That wraps it up right here. I appreciate everybody that stuck through the entire video and stayed to watch the entire thing. There is still quite a bit that I missed out, but I still like the devs, I'll be honest. Like, I appreciate all the devs for what they're doing, because realistically, Halo Infinite could have gotten shat out by Microsoft and no content would have came of it. Unishek is a great community manager. Snickerdoodle, all of them. I love all of them. They're all great people. And without the community, we probably wouldn't even have Halo esports tournaments still. You know, like, it's amazing that Halo is still pumping to this day, and Halo is in dire need of help. But that's why the community exists. As long as there's a community, there will be Halo. And that's what's most important about Halo. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you think was right or wrong, and I'll see you guys in the next video.